Hello, my champions. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. So, I want to ask you one question that when today, when you're coming to school, what is the means of transportation you took? Either you come from bicycle or car or auto rickshaw or e-rickshaw, what kind of transportation you took? Well, I think many of you have different means of transportation. But why I'm telling you this is because when you want to move from one place to other, what we called it transportation. If you want to move one substance from one place to other, we call it transportation. But when I say that some substance in our body need to be transported to each and every part, how can they how can they move from one place to other in our case? So my dear children, today is our topic, that is transportation in animals and plants. In this chapter we were going to discuss how the substance like food, water and oxygen that are very vital for our survival transport from one part to other. Okay, so this is what we were going to discuss. Okay, so what I'm telling you, that like food, water and oxygen, like in respiration, when you studied that the oxygen when it enters in lungs, when we inhale, it need to be get transported to each and every cell. Like we have trillions of cells and it need to be transported to each and every cell, isn't it? The food that is digested in our small intestine need to be transported to each and every cell in our body, and the same case for water. So is there anything that we can transport these substances that are very important for our survival? So for this we have a system known as circulatory system. What we have, like in the picture you can see, we have this kind of system in your body right now. When you're watching the video, you have this kind of system, and even when I'm teaching you, my heart is beating, blood is flowing in my blood vessels. This is what we have to learn, that how the oxygen after entering our lungs, how it get transported to oxygen. Okay, so we have this circulatory system. Now we will learn that what is included in our circulatory system. Okay, so we have this blood. Okay, we have this blood first of all, and we have blood vessels and heart. Okay, so we have one pumping organ, we have this pipe like structure, and we have this fluid known as blood. Okay, we will learn each and every one of it in detail. So let's start with blood. Okay, so blood is nothing but a fluid that flows in blood vessels. For example, if you have, we all have water connections, and we have seen that uh, pipelines are all spread in our home. So in those pipeline, when water flows in it, okay, if this is a this is a tap you have, this is what we call pipe, and this pipe contains what, like water is flowing in it. This same kind of like pipe system is present in our whole body. Okay, are you getting my point? This kind of all pipe system is being like in this picture you can see. Okay, this all kind of pipe like system is present all over our body, and this is our motor, like it pumps all the water. Okay, and in this blood vessels is blood flowing. Okay, so we have this pipe like structure, and then we have in this blood pipe like structure, what we call that pipe like structure, we call it blood vessels. And in these blood vessels, blood is flowing. Blood is what, a type of connective tissue. Okay, so what happened is, what is the function of blood then? Well, we are studying about transportation, so it's all related with transportation. So what does blood do? It's a fluid, and it dissolves all the digested food from intestine and end up giving to each and every cell of our body. Okay, all the digested food from intestine is being delivered to million trillions of cells present in our body. And then in second was the function of it, the oxygen from lungs that we inhale is being given to each and every cell of your body, because respiration has to be carried out, so oxygen needs to be get transported. So how it get transport transported? So it's get by blood. Okay, third is that we also generate waste material. Okay, we also generate waste material. So these waste material go get dissolved in the blood and get transported to the organ that can remove it, like the kidney. Okay, so I hope you get the function of blood. Now we were going to study about the components of blood. Okay, so blood is made up of like three um, three types of cells. Okay, this is red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets, and it has a plasma. Okay, it has a plasma that is yellow color fluid. If you can see this yellow part, once again, if you can see this yellow part is what plasma, like it's a jelly like substance. It's a jelly like substance in which your red blood cells, your platelets and your WBC are suspended. If you have eaten some jelly like toffees in your childhood, you can relate to it to plasma. Okay, it's like a jelly like substance in which these three different kinds of cells are suspended: your RBC, WBC, and platelets. Okay, so this is your blood vessels, and in this blood is flowing, and each blood cells has these three kinds of blood cells in it: WBC, red blood cells, and platelets. So what's the function of each one of them, we will discuss in detail. So this red blood cells contain a red color pigment known as hemoglobin. That's why our blood appears to be red. Obviously, when you get a cut, you can see it like red color fluid coming out of our body. Why it is red? It's because it's RBC and it's made up of hemoglobin. Okay, what has happened is that this hemoglobin is have a very best friend known as oxygen. Okay, as you can see in the picture, it's so cute, looking like just awesome. Okay, and this WBC loves to get in the company of oxygen. Whenever he see oxygen, he get close to it and form a bond. It get binded with it. So after the oxygen enter lungs, this hemoglobin binds all the oxygen and transport to each and every cell. Okay, this is the function of red blood cell. Like they asked the question why the color of blood is red, so it's because it has a hemoglobin in it. Okay, so it's a function of WBC, that is white blood cells. Like whenever any bacteria or virus or fungus, like any kind of microorganism enter our body, it fight with it. Like you can see in the picture, this is the function of WBC. Fight against the germ that enter our body. Okay, third is platelets. It looks like this in the microscope, if you want to see it. So whenever we get a cut, suppose it's many time we get a cut. Okay, if we don't have this platelets, okay, you can you can know what are the real repercussions if you don't have platelets. What happen if you don't have like platelets? Blood will continuously flow from our body, and this blood vessel that has been ruptured can never be healed. Okay, so what's the function of platelet is to repair and seal this blood vessel that has been ruptured. Become how it can do it? By forming clot. Okay, you can see like when you get cut from knife, you have this brown color of is uh, uh, like brown colored substance that has been formed there where you get cut. Okay, so what is called? It is called clot. It what's the function of it? It prevents the flow of blood from our blood vessels. Okay, I hope you get the function of each and every blood cells. Now what we will going to learn in the next slide is about blood vessels. Okay, so blood vessels is nothing but a pipe like structure. Like I told you, these are pipe like structures which run all over our body, and in that blood vessels uh, blood is flowing. These are also of three types. Okay, these are also of three types, like your artery, veins, and capillaries. Okay, what are these three types? Artery, veins, and capillaries. So we will discuss each and every one of it, and let's start with a comparative study. For example, we have taken both of them. I think this part is not clear to you. It's veins. Okay, this is vein. I think some kind of mishappening has happened over here. So this is your artery and veins. What happen is, what is the function of our artery? It always carry oxygen rich blood. Okay, and it carry blood from heart to all other parts. Like this is your heart, and it carry blood away from heart to all parts of body. And what's the function of veins is that it always carry carbon dioxide rich blood, and it carry blood from all parts of body. It bring all blood from all parts of body back to the heart. Okay, this is, one second, this is your heart, and it carry all all blood, like deoxygenated blood from all parts of body to heart. It is away from heart, it's towards heart. Okay, it's towards heart, and it's contain deoxygenated blood. It has thick wall and it has thin wall, and artery do not have valve, while the vein have valve in them. It's a very important point, like they ask you which one of them, either artery or vein, has valve. So answer is vein. Okay, why do the veins have valve? Because to allow blood to flow towards heart only, because only in heart, because it's carrying blood from body parts towards heart. So to prevent the back flow of like blood, there is this kind of veil present, like this kind of veil present, so that blood flowing particularly towards the heart. Okay, and third, our blood vessels is capillary. These are extremely thin tube of size 1 cell thick. Okay, as you can see in the picture, these are your capillaries. So these are very thin tube of size, and they get arise when the artery divides into very smaller vessels. They form capillaries, and capillary again rejoin to form veins. Like then in this slide you can see what happened is that artery divides into smaller vessels, into thin tubes, and then thin tubes is nothing but a capillary, and capillary are a thin tube of size 1 cell thick. And what happened is that capillaries again rejoin to form what? It form vein. Okay, this is vein, and like this artery get divided into your capillaries, and this capillary again rejoin to form veins. Okay, this is what we have learned so far. Like we have discussed blood, then blood vessels, and third is our heart. Okay, heart is an organ which beat continuously. It acts as a pump. Like you have a pump in your home that lift the water and distribute to all your taps that are present in your home. Okay, that is some kind of organ that has been placed in our body, where it acts as a pump and it's beat continuously. Where it is located? It is located in our chest cavity. Okay, between the two lungs. Like if you have you have seen, you have two lungs. One second, we have two lungs, and in between of that is situated heart with its lower end. Like this part is being tilted towards left. Okay, its size is roughly the size of fist, your mutti. When you form mutti, it's the size is of your fist. Okay, so this all for today. Thank you. We will, in the next lecture, we're going to discuss how the blood flow in the heart and in how many parts the heart is divided. It's basically divided into four chambers. We will discuss in the later sections. Till then, take care and hope you like the lecture and get a revision, get your lecture revised once again, and make your concept more clear. Thank you.